What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day, and we do go ahead and cash an 8.5x, and we also set up our play from yesterday's YouTube video right here with A-Chain and Tua. Now, before I get into absolutely everything and what everything that pretty much happened yesterday, and go ahead and recap my wins and losses, I do want to say, guys, if you guys could go down, like this video, comment, and also hype up the video, which means you swipe down. If you're on your phone, you swipe over, and there should be a hype button, and that really helps me out, get the message out there, spread the word, and get my video out to as many people as possible. And if we can get this video to 75 likes, in November, I'm going to be doing a signed jersey giveaway in November right there. So go ahead and go ahead and comment what type of jersey you want to see, what player you want to see, and you'll see in October, I actually gave away this signed Christian Gonzalez jersey, and it was really nice to see. So always trying to look to give back to you guys. And again, if we could like that video, that would be absolutely super helpful for me. So thank you guys for doing that. And the rest of the plays, guys, we have like I said, an 8.5x tonight. On Onyx, guys, on the VIP, we do hit this for the under tonight. We also hit Miles Turner over, and this one hit really easily for us as well. So we actually went 2 of 2 today in Onyx. So I've been telling you guys, we've been crushing Onyx on the VIP and on this channel. We go 2 of 2. Maybe that's not actually true because I guess technically last night we did take the Hornets to win, and they did unfortunately lose. So I guess you can consider these 2 wins and this loss. I mean, you know, you kind of got to count of what day we took it. But yeah, we do hit on Onyx once again. As I said in yesterday's video, guys, we've been crushing it on Onyx. So if you've been tailing all of my picks on these free plays, on just Onyx specifically, and you've put $25 or more on these plays, you'd be up $250 to $300 on just the plays in the past week that I've sent out on Onyx. One highlight here was actually this Kareem Hunt play that we hit for a 4.5x right here on Onyx, and yeah, it's just been really amazing to bet on Onyx, and we've been crushing it. We also cashed some entries here on Better as well, so Better's also been really good to us, and there's been some discounts. We've been hitting them. I know discounts at the end of the day aren't the prettiest thing ever to hit, but we've been doing it, and you know, if you are a smaller bankroll type person, and I'm talking about not even small, I'm talking about, you know, you're betting $20 or less on entries. You need to get on all of these promos that all these apps are offering, because, you know, this is a 3x entry right here, right? You put $10 max entry on these Better promos, and these are $10 to win $30, right? So there's no excuse not to get on Better. I mean, they're throwing winning entries at you. You'll see Devon A-Chain. He would barely have gone over with his normal line, right? SGA, I don't think he would have went over without this discount. I think his line's 31.5 or 32, but this discount ends up cashing him on Better, okay? So again, if I send out a play on Better, make sure to tail it on Better. This was another play that was actually on Better. Giannis ends up DMPing, but this player here in the NHL ends up cashing with the beginning of the second period, okay? So this guy already cashed for us. It's just crazy. But you guys will see we have this setup right here. We have this setup with Carson Beck. We have this one with Tua and with Peter happening in a couple of days. I think it's happening in a day. We have this setup as well, and this one here with Miller Moss. Now, I will say, guys, there's probably 5 other entries that ended up missing, and that's going to be part of the game. We did actually have a pretty unlucky day on Counter-Strike, to be quite honest. This one was set up right here, and these guys just get absolutely demolished. If these guys would have had a better game, then they probably would have went over together. This one, for example, right here, I took overs on these guys, and this Snav guy right here was the only person on his team to not go over, all right? So if you guys don't know how Counter-Strike works, it's teams of 5, and he is literally the one person out of his whole team that does not go over their prop. Everyone else had an amazing game. This guy played so incredibly bad, and that really happened 3 or 4 times today, where it was the right side of the coin. The team was winning, they were having a good game, the rest of the team was having a good game. We just ended up betting on the one guy that did really poorly. And, you know, at the end of the day, I do also want to show this, the past couple of days, we've had some very close misses. You know, if you've watched this channel, this was actually the play on Tuesday, and we missed this by 2 yards, which is unfortunate, but this does happen all the time in the VIP. This was another play today that we really should have cashed, right? Malik Washington to go over one more and get one more reception tonight. He ends up not doing it. He actually had 3 carries. So if one of those carries would have just been one of those little dump off passes, then we would have actually cashed this as well, but we didn't. And, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that that, this type of stuff is what happens in betting. And at the end of the day, this is part of the program, right? So I know like some of this stuff, it's like, oh man, it's frustrating. We got 3 out of 4 and these guys barely missed, but this is the kind of stuff that does happen in betting. And if you guys don't know, this month we are up 111 units. All right. So this is literally this whole month graphed on one graph, right? And I do want to point out a couple of things here. First of all, the beginning of the month, so like October 1st through like the 7th, so like the first week really, we actually had a losing week, right? So we kind of go down a little bit in the beginning of the week. And if you're down here at the bottom, you probably would have been like, oh man, like this guy sucks. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. But then if you rode this journey up, obviously, you would tell that we have a winning strategy here and it works long term, guys. And then you'll see another thing that's interesting is you'll kind of see this pattern here where there's kind of like little humps going up right here where we kind of like go down a little bit, then we have a massive jump up, then we kind of go down a little bit and we have like a massive jump up. And again, these are these different weekends that we've been hitting, guys. So this was the second weekend in October, this is the third weekend in October, and this is the fourth weekend in October. And again, this is exactly what I say every day on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All we're trying to do is try to get setups for the weekend. And then once the weekend hits, we try to just go off and get as many entries cashing as possible. And you'll see that here in the graph, right? We just kind of have like a slow week. And then once the weekend hits, we just absolutely go and just have incredible growth. And so again, when it's like a random Wednesday night, you're not going to see 4 hits like we have some of these days, right? This was like a Saturday a couple of weeks ago. This was a Friday a couple of weeks ago. This was like, I think that second week in October that I'm talking about, we cashed like maybe 10 to 11 4-man entries. So again, everything that I show, everything I talk about, hopefully you guys are understanding that, it does show up over the long term, and I'm not just crazy, right? Another thing to point out is the record. We've actually lost 200 plus times this month, and we've actually won 67 times, okay? So we've lost about like 4 to 5 times the amount that we have won, which is also really important to understand, because if you're getting into the VIP, you guys have to understand that you're ready to lose. Like, you got to be ready to lose. Come ready to lose. Come ready with a clear mind, and you can't let the losses get the best of you. All right. So, the reason why we actually we win so little and we're still super profitable is because all of our wins look like this, guys. All of our wins are these big 4-man entries, as you guys see, because that's the majority of what I send out. I send out 4 to 3-man entries, and you'll see when they cash very, very big for us. Okay. So just wanted to do that. I just think it was kind of cool to kind of see like the actual weekends, providing for us and going over and over again. So first pick of the day, before I ramble on too much, is going to be on Onyx odds, guys. I mentioned Onyx odds. We are on an incredible streak on Onyx. We've been crushing on the VIP, and get into Onyx odds because you will get $115 in free picks on Onyx odds. So as I said, you'll get 115 free picks in Onyx odds. You have 4 $25 free bets on Onyx odds. I know it sounds too good to be true. It is literally not. I took a screenshot of this the other day of someone who signed up for Onyx, and they got all of this in their account. You can place this on anything. They have player props. They have player props. They have like boosts and discounts all the time. And then they also have spreads and money lines, which traditionally we don't have in like a Texas or a California or a Florida. But on Onyx odds, you guys can actually go ahead and bet on those things. And again, if you're in the VIP, you're going to need to get Onyx odds, because I send out about 2 to 3 entries a day on Onyx odds. So you might as well get it and use, full capacity of the VIP possible. And also you'll get 1 free month of the VIP. So you're going to get $115 on Onyx odds to start out with, to bet with. You'll get obviously Onyx to go ahead and bet with that on the VIP, and you'll get a free month of the VIP for doing so. All right, guys. So it's a no-brainer to sign up for Onyx today, guys. It's the #1 method to get into my VIP. Again, pretty much for free. And I say that quotation because it's like not even technically free. You're spending $10 and you're getting $115 back. So you're profiting $105 plus everything that I just said on top of that. All right. So the play of the day on Onyx, guys, is actually going to be the Saints Rams game on Sunday night. And I'm taking the over at 43.5 at -110. All right. I would take this all the way up to like -117 to -120, but this is going to be the play of the day on Onyx. So go ahead and lock that in there. One more thing, guys, I do want to say is I know a lot of you guys don't have Underdog Fantasy yet either. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I have another, almost like dozen apps, honestly, that you guys can sign up for. So if your VIP is running out and you're like, oh man, I don't know if I should renew, I don't know what I should do, guys, text me. My number is up here on the screen. I'm sure I have an app for you to sign up for. I really haven't even promoted Underdog very much, and they are also doing a free $100 bet to get Onyx in. It's actually not a $100 bet; it's just $100 in bonus funds by just playing $5 there. Okay, so again, these entries, I know you guys want to hit entries, and we just got to set up with Tua and A-Chain as I have been talking about, but these free money, promos that these guys are giving out are honestly, it's like a free money glitch. Like you're literally turning $5 into $100 completely risk-free, which is crazy. And then same thing with Onyx odds, guys. Also do that. You can do that with Onyx, with REBET, with Better, and with Underdog Fantasy. You'll get 1 to potentially 4 months of my VIP free if you guys want to do all of that. All right, so let's talk about the play of the day on PrizePicks, all right? Now, first and foremost, guys, I do obviously want to mention that this is extremely correlated together, which is the main strategy that I use in my VIP, okay? So this is actually my favorite pick of the weekend. I looked at the Friday plays, like the Friday games for college football. Friday's very hit or miss, okay? Like the other week, it was Miami-Louisville. That was a great game to bet on. But this week on Friday, I mean, I might change my mind tomorrow, but as I'm looking at it right now, guys, I really don't like the matchups at all. So I might stay away from it a little bit. I'm sure on the VIP, I'm going to be sending out some picks at some point, but I want to go to Saturday morning and I'm going to take Carson Beck and CJ Daniels over. Now, I'll be quite honest with you guys. I actually already have this set up in the VIP, and it's this one. I kind of want to bring it over here just to show you guys that I've already taken this on the VIP, but I'm confident enough in this play to actually go ahead and double down on this entry because it's my favorite pick of the week, all right? So we actually got Carson Beck a little bit lower, but it's completely fine, guys. Take him over here. And then I took Malachi Toney. Now, what I am doing here on this pick is I'm going to spread it around to CJ Daniels. So if you think about it, I'm kind of like spreading out my cards, right? I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. So for example, if Malachi Toney does very well, then CJ Daniels might not do as well. If CJ Daniels does very well, then Malachi Toney might do a lot better, right? So, I'm kind of spreading my chips around a little bit here. I will say, if you guys just want like a straight up entry of like what I actually think is the absolute best play, I would go ahead and change Toney in right here instead of CJ Daniels. Now, these guys are very, very good. They are, wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 1A and wide receiver 1B of Miami. They pretty much are the only guys on Miami that get the ball. You'll see these guys. This is in the first half, by the way. The first half alone, Malachi Toney in some of these games getting over 100 yards, okay? So he normally gets like one deep pass. CJ Daniels also a very, very deep threat on this team, okay? So taking these two guys over, if you're in the VIP and you already have this set up, take CJ Daniels. If you're coming on here and maybe this is the first video you ever watched, if you're not in the VIP, then just sub in Toney here for CJ Daniels. Or if you do just want to follow exactly what I'm doing, then just take CJ Daniels, guys. Like, hopefully you guys can kind of make that judgment on yourself. These are still very, very extremely good entries here. Now, why do I like this entry so much? Okay, I did say it was my favorite pick of the weekend. First and foremost is because it's correlated. Okay, so I want to get that out of the way. This is the strategy I use. It's correlated, and this is amazing, right? The better that Carson Beck does, if he throws for 200 yards in this first half, then CJ Daniels is almost guaranteed to go over this line and maybe get like 30 to 50 yards in this first half if he does go ahead and do that. Now, second of all, because SMU is the second worst passing defense in all of college football, all right? This is ranked every single college football team. There's like 137 of them or something. SMU is all the way down here at the bottom. The second to last team in passing defense. They're absolutely horrible in guarding the pass. If you guys look at some of these games they've played with Josh Hoover against Josh Hoover at TCU, he throws for close to 400 yards, okay? I don't know why I can't go back. He throws for close to 400 yards in that game. This Baylor game, I think, was this year. Sawyer Robinson throws for 440 yards. Absolutely insane. I don't know why I keep having to click back on this. This Clemson game, I don't even know who this is. Like, is Cade Klubnik hurt? I really don't even know. I haven't been following Clemson really because I don't like to bet on Clemson. But like this guy throws for 317 yards. Like pretty much every single game, these guys are throwing for over 300 yards in these games. Like Missouri State, right? This Missouri State quarterback, he throws for close to 300 yards in this game. Like it's incredible how bad this defense is. And I think Carson Beck is going to absolutely shred them. If we've seen anything about Carson Beck, he is very, very good against bad defenses, but he is poor against really good defenses that can kind of give him a little bit of feints and run some like complicated defenses against him. Okay, so very, very bad defense, very high powered Miami team, especially these two receivers. Okay, and then down here Chovy, I'm not going to run through this very, very long just because this video is getting a little bit longer, but Chovy, I think their team is going to 2-1 KT. Okay, so I think their team's going to 2-1 KT, and this is way too high for Chovy. He has actually not gone over this line at all unless he has completely 3-0'd their team. Okay, so 3-0 is possible, but it's not very likely. 27 is way too high. I don't really know what else I have to say. Like, it is way too high. I honestly like this all the way down to 24. It's not going to bump all that that low, but you'll see by game time, guys, this will probably be like 25.5. So like we can maybe check it tomorrow in tomorrow's video, but this will be like 25.5. I can almost guarantee it. So this is really, really low. If you can get this in as soon as possible, this is amazing. This is a great play no matter what. Like even if the entry misses, I'll take entries like this all the time, right? Plays that are like 3 to 4 assists, way too high. And then over here on college football, right? So if you guys have never been on League of Legends, welcome in. I mean, we do a lot of esports here on this channel, and then we also do a lot of college football. These college football first half plays have been amazing for us. So going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. Again, guys, leave a like on this video. It really helps me out. And then go ahead and text me the word Onyx right here to my number on the screen. It's my personal number. I'll respond to you within 5 to 10 minutes and get you into Onyx, as well as a free month of the VIP. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.